Ricky Maier. I'm the general manager at Squire Creek Country Club.
What impact has golf made in your life, and what does the game mean to you?
I've been around golf my whole life. Probably got into it when I was a little kid. My first cousin was a really good high school golfer and recruited by a lot of colleges. And he made my first set of clubs, little cutoff clubs, when I was a kid. Played on the high school golf team when I was a senior. They needed a fifth person. I always played baseball, and I was like, I'll come play. So I got hooked on it. Went to Mississippi State, played golf up there, met a lot of the PGM kids, and didn't really know what I want to major in. And played a lot of golf with them. All my friends were in the PGM program and marketing. I was like, I didn't like that. And I found out they had a turfgrass management program. So then after that, got out, was a greenkeeper for a long time, and then been general manager here at Squire Creek for 14 years now. I'm not that good at golf, but I think I'm a golf junkie. I like good golf course architecture. Had the pleasure of building a couple courses.
Tell us about your experience working on multiple sides of the industry, one being on agronomy and turfgrass, and then the other in club management. And what was that transition like for you?
I worked at Country Club Louisiana back when it was bent grass in the south. So back then that was sort of the thing to try to do. That's where I lost all my hair. I always joke. I grew bent grass for 8 years in Louisiana. That was not easy. Then got sort of smart and started growing Bermuda grass when the ultra dwarfs came out. So I'm still a greenkeeper at heart. Swapping to the general manager job, there's not a lot of, I think the last there's like 2% of general managers have a greenkeeper background compared to 31% that are golf pros, and the rest are hospitality, restaurant background. So it was that big of a transition, but I'm blessed to be at a great place at Squire Creek that gave me the opportunity, and I enjoy it every day.
Well, you're certainly the model for any out there looking to make that transition. I'll give you a chance to plug the state amateur at Southern Trace and what legend has told me best greens that anybody's ever putted in our state.
And we had bent grass greens at Southern Trace, and the state am was in June, and we were going to do a course renovation and switch to Bermuda. So I was like, these are going to be the best greens that I was going to make sure these are the best. We had them really hard and dry and fast, which was not normal mid-June, late June in Louisiana. I said, I'm going to make this a tournament that everybody remembers. And literally 20 years later, one of our members here, we were talking one day. He said, the best greens I ever played in my life was at the State Am at Southern Trace. And I was like, I accomplished my goal. I said, 20 years later, they're still talking about that. And the day after that tournament, we closed down. We all took divots out of the greens and hit balls off of them. It was pretty cool.
What is your favorite thing about what you do?
We have the members, dealing with members every day, getting to be with people. We have a great membership here and very supportive. The board of advisors we have is great. Our ownership's great. And I mean, it's just a pleasure every day. I've always said if I ever wake up and don't like what I'm doing, I'm going to go find something else. And that never happens. So the best thing I like here is never a moment. It's always something new. I'm the type person gets bored easily. So I'm not saying I ever job hop, but, I tired and look for something else. And that never happened here. So I don't plan on going anywhere. So it's a fun day every day here.
Your club, Squire Creek, really sets the bar for hospitality. Curious, how have you been able to instill that culture here?
Starts with the staff. A lot of people say, the most important thing, and we always say it's our staff. And it starts from day one. We do in interviews. We simply look for people that have a good attitude. We do a group interview. All of our staff participates in it. And, at the end of an hour and a half, who has a good attitude or not and has a hospitality heart. We don't care if you have any experience. I've always said, you hire for attitude, train for skills. You cannot train someone to have a good attitude. I've never been successful. You can train them how to cook a hamburger and to mow a green, but you can't train a good attitude. So that's all we look for. And we continually, having a staff like building a football team, you're always looking for the right pieces to fit and to make not the right trade, but it's always someone's leave. You got to find the right fit, and hopefully it all clicks. And when it does, things are special. So it's we have great facilities here, but that's not what we preach to our staff, about the hospitality and the staff. And to be honest, that's the most comments we get is how good our staff is and how friendly they are. So top to bottom, that's what we look for. Someone who has a good attitude and likes to take care of people. So,
what advice would you give a young person looking to start a career in the golf industry?
You can't get enough experience. Go work at the best places you can find. In our line of work, it's easier. If you have good courses on your resume and places that you worked are pretty good, you get good experience. It's good in the long run. You can always fall back on that. I would, don't be afraid to get in the dirt. Help in the dish pit in the kitchen, be versatile, work on all areas of that's that's what I always did. I'd come up here and help in the dish pit and wash dishes for banquets, and eventually, I don't know how they thought I'd be good at being a general manager. Be diversified and learn as much as you can. There's so many different aspects to the club business, food and beverage to pickleball to some clubs have all, equestrian centers and everything, so you never know.
Last question. What is your most memorable round of golf?
That's a hard one. Probably, I tied for the junior city championship when I was a senior in high school in Natchez. So I remember I was playing against some guys that were getting recruited by colleges. I wasn't getting recruited. I'm not that good. But I happened to have a really good round the first day, and I was tied going into the second day and lost by 2 shots. But I remember that. So that was very memorable. I always remember all the great places. I played some Chicago Golf Club was fun. Sand Hills, Bowling Hill. The great courses, I can remember every hole for some reason. That's how I grade a course. Can I remember all my shots on the hole? Some of them I can't. And the ones I do, I think about a lot. So.
What's your favorite hole at Squire Creek?
I'm going to say number 11. I just like it because it's real natural. I got pictures from construction. There wasn't much dirt move there. It looks just like it does now. I don't know. It's got a lot of movement from tee to green.
Have you played it from the back tee box?
No, I have not. Not so it's hard enough. I like that one, and the number 8's my favorite tee shot. I don't know. That just looks good in my mind. I'd say those are my 2 favorites.